All right, we're going live in three, two, one. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boys from Better Things to Do back at it again with a quarantine edition. This is a pilot. We don't know if this episode is gonna be released or not. You got your boy, Big Booty Yuli, your boy Jack, Jay Z Prods, and your boy down here, uh, no soul underscore, right? Just one underscore, two underscores.
That's two underscore.
Two underscores. I need to add a second underscore. Actually, the underscore is like not there, but um, here we go. So, how are you guys? I I haven't seen you guys in like over a month.
Not
Maybe like
physically.
yeah, not physically, maybe like a month and a half.
I don't
Um,
know. We're not close as in like when we greet each other, we kiss each other on the cheek, like, oh, compa, ¿cómo está? Like,
like true Italians that we are.
yeah, but like when I see you guys, I just wanna, ¿cómo estás? No, ¿cómo estás?
Pinches
You
besotes
know?
en el bubulubu.
I don't know. That's how I feel. I miss the homies.
Yeah, and you know what made it kind of strange for me is that we had just come back from Vegas when this all like unraveled. So it was
Yes.
like we went like polar opposites. We went from being in a house together with like 12 other people, and then from like stay the fuck home.
Yes.
It was like complete polar opposite. And then I was telling Amalia yesterday like I'm still processing the whole quarantine thing. I don't know if I want to feel affected by it because I'm kind of an introvert. I enjoy being home as it is. So it's like I'm not really breaking the routine because I'm still going to work and then I'm coming home and
True.
I just stay home.
The people who like haven't like been affected by the quarantine with their jobs are the ones who I think are feeling it, like who are like, okay, like we're in quarantine, what's happening? The
Right.
people who are like the essential workers and are still like working and like to me, like I'm still going to work, I come back, or like I do kind of my normal things. That hasn't really changed other than I have to go to work and wear a mask now.
Right. Yeah, like I mean I work in the outside, like I do deliveries and shit. So the only time where I have to wear a mask is like I went to a 7-Eleven and
Mm-hmm.
then they have signs that say like, "Oh, please," it says please wear a mask, you know? That's like, "Hey, please wear a mask." It doesn't say wear a mask,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I walked in there, I didn't have a mask on me, and the guy at the counter was like, I had my AirPods on, so I didn't hear him till I was pretty deep into the 7-Eleven, and they were yelling. They were like, "Sir, sir," and like some lady, some customer that was next to me had to be like, "Sir," and I was like, oh shit, what happened? Like, what did I do? And the guy at the counter was like, "Please, you have to wear a mask."
Mm-hmm.
And then I threw him a curveball because I guess he was expecting for me to be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," or whatever. But I told him I was like, "Do you have a mask for me?"
Oh,
And then he wasn't expecting that. He was just like, no, you could just wear your shirt over like your face." And I was like, "Okay, cool."
you should have just
And
been like coronavirus. And just
I should have just started like, no, that would have been a dick move. But yeah, like it was what really solidified it for me was wearing a mask to go to Stater Brothers.
yeah.
That made it very weird because everyone else was wearing a mask and I I finally wore one, and then that solidified it for me. That made it weird for me. I was like, this is definitely strange.
Like it's happening.
Yeah, it made it real.
I like about this whole thing is that like everyone's like doing it. Like everyone has to be part of like the quarantine. It's not like some people aren't and some people are. Like it's affected by everyone or like everyone's affected by it. So like
Not the people in
um,
the
um,
OC, man. There's a lot of people
oh
protesting right now.
well yeah. But I meant
it,
like well they're doing it by choice, but I'm saying
Yeah.
like there's
it,
like
I,
no feeling of like missing out. Like everyone's like doing it.
Yeah.
I don't get the protest. More
Me
than enough things to do at home, and people were like, "Oh, we need to protest, end the quarantine." It's like, do you not understand what's happening right now? Like, we're not quarantined like because we feel like it. Like, there's this legit reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's more than enough things to do at home. Catch up on some TV shows, dude. Have you watched Tiger King? Have you watched Tiger King?
Carol
Give us a
Baskin.
quick
I I
Carol
told
Baskins.
I asked a friend, a coworker, if he had watched that, and he was like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna be jumping on the hype train or whatever." And I'm like, what else are you gonna do?
I
Like,
know.
what do you have better things to do? I was like, dude, just watch it. Just be part of the moment that's going, the very weird moment that everyone's going through right
I
now.
know.
And like
It's
I
because
felt like
that.
the Tiger King thing was kind of like a bonding experience for everyone, because everyone's talking about it. Like it's like
Yes.
the meme right now.
Hmm.
So I felt like it was a bit of a bonding experience of like, oh look, there's this new cool thing. And then since everyone's home, everyone's watching it.
True.
Yep.
Except
You muted yourself
can you hear me?
Yeah.
a little.
Okay. Oh, I guess if I touch the mic, it's sensitive. But anyway, except that 1% of people that are kind of like the anti-trend people,
You
the
mean
ones that are
Florida?
the ones that are
You in
like
Florida?
I'm the 1% of people that haven't watched a single episode of like Name a Show.
Wait, I have a theory.
Okay.
Carol Baskin,
Okay.
Carol Baskin.
her whole thing was in Florida, wasn't it?
No.
Or was that
No.
Doc? Damn it.
Oh
No.
no, wait. She was in Florida.
She was in Florida. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah yeah
Right?
yeah yeah.
Doc
Yeah.
Doc Doc Antle is from
See?
South
Now
Carolina.
we have a perfect excuse to get rid of Florida. Out of here.
Carol Baskins.
Carol
Carol Baskin.
Baskin. Yeah. Rogan likes to say that Florida is barely the U.S.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
they're their own
man.
thing.
Texas too, I think. I think
It's like
Texas
Florida, Texas, and California can all be like
their own separate
their own
countries.
thing. Yep.
Probably New York too, because they have the
Yeah.
population and like the
Oh
money
well,
for it.
just New York City,
Yeah,
Hmm.
because the rest of New York is like wasteland,
true.
and then there's a city called Buffalo, and that's about it.
Pretty much.
I believe it's called Upstate.
Upstate, downstate,
There's a
west
lot of
side.
beef, right, between like New Yorkers and Buffalonians.
Buff-
Buffaloons.
What would you
the
call
the,
them?
Buff.
What do you call them? Buffaloes?
The buff dudes.
Buffalonians.
I mean, what would you call people from Buffalo?
Oh, what would
Um,
you call New York people? New Yorkies?
Well, in Spanish, it's like
Or
New Yorkinos.
New Yorkers, I guess that you would call it. Bufflers?
Bufflers.
New Yorkiano.
The
Cu-
buffers. You know, you just gotta buff them up.
But
Buffoons. Buffaloons. Buffalon.
Buffaloons. It's French. Oui.
is
Even
is
though
Buffalo. Wow.
the name New York
Oh,
is what?
the name New York is
Oh, dude, the government doesn't
the
want you to say
government.
that. The
The government
government doesn't
did
want you to
it
say that. It cuts off. It
it
cut off
cuts.
exactly.
Wow.
twice in a row.
The New York is Dutch
Ah, Oh, okay,
Mm.
okay.
because I believe OG York is in Holland or Netherlands.
Holland. Ah,
Mm,
interesting.
So
makes
New
sense.
York is in
Oh wait, so wherever uh the original Yorkers were at, it's like called York, or is it
yes.
Yorkshire, or one of those?
No, because Yorkshire, I believe, is in England.
Mm.
Because New York, like their flag is blue, white, and orange. The colors of Netherlands.
Didn't know that.
If you ever,
Out of everyone, you should know this, Yuli. You're the three time, the back to back to back, geography,
I wouldn't have this if I wasn't, dude. The champ is here.
the geography
is
champ.
that is hmm,
Shit.
W stands for geography.
Yeah,
Stands for
exactly.
Wombo.
You
Why
can't
is it
spell
crooked?
geography without a W.
That's true.
Bro, imagine a chain. All right, think about it. Idea. A chain, right?
Okay.
But with the spinner belt, right? Maybe just like this. And I'm just walking around. Hey, and just imagine this whole thing. And then when you see a pretty girl, hey, mama. And then she gets mesmerized. She's like, "My goodness, what the bling? Oh."
Try it. Try it. I want to see that social experiment.
Alrighty.
I would. Are we the
Oh,
ones being hypnotized?
yeah, yeah, okay. You be the girl, right? You looking at me? I'm sorry, I'm blind. I couldn't hear you. What was that?
I'm looking at Jack.
Oh, wow. What about now?
Are you mesmerized?
Can you feel it, Mr. Krabs?
I don't feel anything. I feel weird and confused. Is what I feel.
Damn it. That's not what you're supposed to feel.
I
Oh my god.
I don't even know what to say. I think I would call the cops on you.
Have you guys ever like actually flirted? What'd you say?
I said I think I would call the cops on you.
Wow. Why does every girl do that?
Well,
But I was gonna say, have you guys ever like actually flirted like with a girl like that? Like you're at a bar or whatever, or in public, like, hey,
yeah,
girl.
Jack. Have you ever flirted with a girl
No,
at a bar?
While his
no.
wife's in the same room.
um, I'm married, so I don't know what that is.
It is cuffing season. Did you cuff her like that, or how did you and
Yeah, were you in a previous quarantine and that's how you cuffed her?
you? Did you
No,
mesmerize her?
it was well, we were both in band. Like I was in band, she was in color guard, so that's how we like knew
If anything,
about each other.
if
But
any,
but it was just like more of like a social media interaction, and then from there, like it was kind of like, hey, we go to the same school, we should talk.
Mm.
Jack busted more of one of these. He did that, all right.
That
So you can
throwback.
see, this is our letter for the
Why do
band.
you have that?
I just had it on hand. I just saw it right now.
Oh wait, I have mine too. Mine's on the wall.
Mine's in storage.
I saw the opportunity and I took it.
Dude, that's a ding. That's a ding
That's
too.
perfect timing.
Oh lord.
But yeah, no. Have
No,
you?
you didn't like. The only one I'm thinking about is when we were in Vegas. Like that's really the first time that I've like, hey yo, hey pretty girl, what's your name?
Did you do that? What was the technique behind that?
Well, I had a. It was easier just because I had a wingman, aka Blake.
Hmm.
We both like were each other's wingman
Oh, okay,
while we
okay.
were
I was
in
gonna
the.
I
Oh,
was
go
gonna
ahead.
say who was winging who.
Uh, if I'm being honest, Eric did more of the winging, and then I kind of like I if he was hooking it, I was the one pulling it. And then
It was a
like
two-man job.
it was a two-man job. But that was like the first time where I was like, hey, like, well, so imagine like we're on the dance floor, and then like no one's interacting. Me and Eric are just there, and then Eric's like, all right, pretend we're gonna take a picture. So then we're pretending we're gonna be like on Snap, like, hey, and then I was turn and we get the girls, and the girls see the camera and they're like, hey, and then that's like how the conversation started. So
and
then
then
we kind
your
of we,
and
we
then your
kind of
tongues
cheated.
wrestled,
Oh,
right?
and
You
that's
guys
how
did a selfie.
and then that's how I
That's how.
became the champ. I
Hmm.
wrestled her down. Got the 1, 2, 3.
I don't allegedly. I don't think you can say
Allegedly.
that. I don't think you're allowed to say that. So you allegedly wrestled her down.
I I body slammed
Yo, what up, girl?
her.
How are
Hey,
you
but
doing
she
in
was
this fine evening?
Just-
What are you
but
gonna say?
she looked tall, dude. I think she body slammed you.
To be honest,
True. She
I
was
was
taller than you, right?
yeah, and then like pinned by
She
submission to her. Like,
she power bombed you.
She was just picture a Rey Mysterio and the Undertaker.
Yuli's Rey Mysterio because he's
Yes.
Mexican and short.
I'm ready.
Oh no.
Oh no,
Uh,
no! Oh,
look what we did.
see,
All
why'd you
right,
do
guys, this
that?
is
Why'd
all
you
the
do
time we
that?
have for. Thank you for joining us on this quarantine
There's
podcast. We'll
almost
see you later.
there's almost like was there.
No, we're just kidding. I actually rolled a little bit of the outro.
You fucking motherfucking bitch. But yes, that's how I became the champ at Vegas. Ah.
uh, I don't know if you became the champ because you had to pay a very large entry fee.
Oh, okay. Listen, I was mesmerized by love.
Oh, so she pulled out the spinner belt and was like,
she's like, what's up, baby?
And I was like, well, and she
So
was like, buy me another drink. And I was
so
like,
you know, ladies, if you want to date with at Big Booty Yuli, you
take
would
your
just have
spinner
to
belt.
just a spinner belt and just spin it on him, flex on him.
pretty much. I don't know.
And
That's the
he'll
first
buy
time I
you all the
discovered
drinks.
like I'm such a weenie. I was like, oh my god, like I would have never thought I will fall for like the power of a woman. But she got me. She got me and my how much did I end up spending? Me and my like 100 and something bucks on her.
Yo, the drinks at that place were a little bit expensive.
Too
I
much?
bought a
I
Jack and Coke and it was $45, and I didn't even get to take my souvenir cup home because someone finessed it back at the Airbnb.
Do I have mine?
damn.
Did I take one?
I didn't buy anything.
No. I was good.
I didn't
I
get
was
anything
I was
additional.
good the year before because I was like someone said like yeah the drinks are gonna be expensive whatever blah blah blah. So then like we did what we did this year like at the second bar whatever that's where you turn up because they have the all you could drink. Get litty, go to the third club and then that's you just vibe at the club.
Like, I wonder if it was really like Jack Daniels what they served me, because that's what I got.
Mm.
I didn't get the drink. It was Aris who got it for me. Um,
She probably got like absinthe and coke.
and no. Like it tasted like whiskey. What I'm questioning is if it was actually like a name brand like whiskey, or if it
Mm.
was like Jake's and Daniel that I got, because it tasted very strong and it tasted a little bit off.
Joaquin
Mhm.
Dañez.
And like it was like four parts like Jack and Daniel, and it was like one part Coke. It was so
Mm.
strong. Like the first drink, I was like, what is this? I like tried staring it, and like it was not fixing anything. If anything, it made it worse because all the Coke had sat at the bottom.
Oh no.
Jack Daniel was like, "Oh no, no, no! You
Yeah,
started a fight."
Yeah, but yeah, that was fun.
I my favorite drink was not necessarily what it was, but the circumstance around it.
Okay.
Mhm.
It was in the second bar. I had gone to the restaurant, right? And this is when like the world was wobbly,
You
right?
sort of feel it.
And then in the bathrooms, there's just like 16 Conor McGregors in because there's like it's all like Irish and like Scottish dudes in there,
Yeah.
right? I
True.
get out, everybody's leaving, and Jack comes up to me. He's like, "Bro, let's get one more before we bounce. One more before we bounce." And I was like, "Okay, I don't know what to get." And Jack's like, "Oh, don't worry, I got you, bro. One more, please." And I was like, "Bro,
Ooh.
what's that one more?" I'm
it,
like,
it
"I
was
got one more."
it was the blue drink, right? Yeah, that was so good. It was
Oh,
so good.
I know it tastes like a Jolly Rancher, no?
I don't know what it tasted like. I don't remember now, but it was very good. And just to give everybody
But
a little
man,
bit of context, we go every year to Vegas and we get an Airbnb and we do this thing called a club crawl. You basically pay 35 bucks, and they take you to two bars, and they take you to two clubs. At the first bar, they give you a drink, and they give you a little name tag. Mine was Dr. Slick Fingers.
What was my
Um,
name?
what was Yuli's? I think
Uh,
Yuli's like fit perfect with like the
yeah,
theme.
I have a picture. What
And
was your name?
then
Noah?
what was yours, Noah?
Cock Tower.
Ah, mm.
Oh, I found mine. Mine is backwards, but it was Mr. Bump and Grind. I don't know if you can
Yeah,
read it.
Mr. Bump and Grind. Yeah. Um, and so they give you a little name tag, like you play this game called Buffalo. If you hold the drink with your right hand, you have to chug the drink. So the whole night you gotta be wary of what hand you're holding your drink. And keep in mind, everyone's fucked up, so you're not thinking of what hand you're holding it in. A few people fell victim, including myself, to the game,
Mm.
of not holding it on the left, and you
You got
basically
me.
have yeah, I got you, and you basically have to chug the whole drink, like no questions asked, right there on the spot. Um, so at the second bar, we got a wristband that's all you can drink,
Mhm.
and needless to say, it was an experience. And this is the second year we do it. And then the third, we only made it to the third like venue, which is a club. And after that, everyone was pretty much checked out, with the exception of one or two people that wanted to keep going. But there was a lot
That
of
was still
drama.
good.
There was a lot of drama involved, and there was just like I pushed it a little too far. And then another of our friends really like pushed it way too far. Um, we lost the $250 like deposit for the Airbnb because
Yeah.
because of what happened. But yeah, the that second bar the second bar is always a good time because it's all you can drink.
It's like the perfect scenario
Yes.
because at the first part, everyone just meets up, like get to know kind of each other, like kind of break the ice. The second part is where like now you have all these different groups. Like we had our group, and then there's like another group like here celebrating something. There's a whole another group celebrating something. And then the first year we went, I enjoyed it personally more just because I like made it a thing where I wanted to like talk to the other people and like we made a friend that I think we still follow to this day. I forgot her name, but like I
Oh,
follow her on I
yeah,
forgot her
yeah,
name.
yeah.
But yeah, like I'm like a random ass person I've never met. Like now we're friends and we're not friends, but like we follow back each other and we know of
Yeah.
each other. But that was like kind of a cool thing that I wish I did this year more. I guess exception with the girl
You
that
technically did.
yeah, I guess, but like she has a boyfriend, so it doesn't count.
Oh, that's right. You found out later that you were
I
the
was a Sancho.
yeah, you're the side piece.
Yeesh. I've never been to side piece. It was kind of exciting.
You didn't know though.
I guess.
She's a,
She said let me get a Big Mac and a 10 piece. You're a 10 piece.
I'm not that big. I'm like a four.
you're the you're the noogies.
I'm the noogs.
Yeah, you're the nuggets.
Yeah, you're a 10-piece noog.
Noogs.
It
What
was a
sauce am
20
I?
piece.
What sauce am I?
Um, what sauce is Yuli?
Hmm.
Ranch? Are you a skin color?
I am. I wouldn't
No,
say
I
because
would
I'm
Or is it more
say
of
white.
a
I'm milky. I'm 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 buttermilk. I'm either valley. I'm from the valley. I'm green in the inside because I economy. I think about the earth green. I'm hidden. Green Hidden Valley Ranch. That's what I am.
no.
what about like a
Unless
sweet and
I'm like
sour?
tangy. Mm, nah,
What's a
because that has
sauce
like
nobody likes?
what the.
I don't I don't like the McDonald's barbecue.
It is
It
like too.
it tastes too chemically.
Yes, it's like too tangy. Like
There's too many Q's in that.
Yeah,
I
it only needs one cue.
like my barbecue like I like my water. Two
More H's
H's
than O's
and
or what?
then I guess it doesn't work like that. More
Two B's, one
B's,
Q.
one Q. There we go. I was trying to find out the
See,
molecular
uh,
formula.
a tip that Dan gave me. Okay, so my favorite one was honey mustard for the longest time. That was my go-to.
Mhm.
And then Dan, she was like, "Hey, try the hot mustard. You're gonna like it." And I
I
was
didn't know
like,
they
I,
had
I
that.
I was like, I was like, nah, like I'm okay. So one day I ordered it, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. I was like, let me get a hot mustard. So I did. I got it. And then maybe like a few months later, she goes, "Oh, I really like hot mustard. I really liked it." And then I
Mhm.
told her about it. I was like, "Yo, like good call on the hot mustard." And then she's like, "Okay, now you're ready for the next level." And I was like, "What do you
Ooh.
mean next level?" And she's like, "Get sweet and sour,
Ooh.
dip it in sweet and sour, and then dip it in hot mustard." And I was like, "I don't like sweet and sour. That sounds kind of gross." And then she's like, "Do it." I gave it a try. I
It's bang. Wait, isn't that like just honey mustard?
Maybe like a hot honey mustard, maybe.
Oh, so you're getting more spicy and
Yes,
more.
because the spice from the hot mustard is it's definitely more overwhelming than the sweet of
Ooh,
the sweet and sour. So it's good. It's good. I'm convinced by Dan's food choices.
I need to try that out.
Yeah, it's
Her
good.
collective palate.
Yes, yes. But
Speaking of
That's
trying out,
fancy.
how have you guys been? Like food wise?
trash,
Yeah, like
trash.
trash. Are you trash, Noah?
I am not trash, but uh,
Oh, you
cup of
garbage.
noodles are more prevalent these days.
Oh no.
Um,
What the?
a lot more beef. It's kind of regular.
Yeah,
um,
my diet it's been good when like I work because I don't eat in the morning. I go to work, come out, and my mom has like a nice balanced meal to eat. It's when I don't work and then like I don't know, mom, I'm not feeling your food. I don't want to eat the leftovers, and I go and like I've been getting a lot of Chipotle. I used to be not a Chipotle guy, but I've been a Chipotle guy lately.
we've been
I've been
getting a lot
getting
of sushi from DoorDash.
There's
I've
sushi
been getting
open?
a lot of
Wait, what sushi restaurant's open?
Crazy Rockin' Sushi.
Oh, I forgot about that place.
What are you
I've
gonna
been
say
getting
now?
a lot more I've been getting a lot more taco
Tacos.
only because there's Taco Bell specifically,
Uh,
Um,
and only because there's like one like a block away from my job.
oh, true.
It's like right there, so that's really the only reason. It's not like the top tier. It's right there,
um,
and
Taco Bell.
you can get like that box they usually have for like,
Yes.
so
um,
it's all
It's
good.
like their
you're gonna
version
have
of
to
the
And
speak
papitas.
up a little bit, Noah. You're gonna have to speak up a little bit. You're like cutting in and out.
well, doesn't that make me just loud cutting in and out?
Well, I don't know. It might be that your microphone isn't like picking you
Oh, is that a fat joke?
up. If you want it to be.
No, no, because they have the box. Usually have like the $5 box.
Mhm.
Really like good enough for me not to be hungry. And Taco Bell has Baja Blast.
I've never been like the. I didn't realize how like much hype there was for that Baja Blast, and I got it once. And then I came home. My brother's like, "Oh, you got a Baja Blast? Should have brought me one." I was
The
like, why is it
Baja
so
Blast is it's elite.
What
damn?
flavor is it?
It tastes like Tijuana.
What does Tijuana taste like?
Like
Because
Baja Blast.
the flavor I'm getting from Tijuana is not what I'm imagining.
Yeah, I don't think if you were to put a flavor on Tijuana is like sweaty like cheeks
Yeah, sweaty cheeks, and then
and
like
dirt.
donkey or
Donkey.
zebra. You know, there's like
Is
that
it?
one zebra that's or that one donkey, and they paint it to look like a zebra.
Or wouldn't a donkey still be an animal? So it would still be cheap.
True.
I guess you're right. Dang.
Sweaty ass.
Mm.
Hey man, then cheeks taste pretty good because Baja Blast.
Savage.
uh yeah, Baja Blast is like an interesting flavor because I can't pinpoint it. It's like it's not blueberry.
Mhm.
But it's not raspberry.
It's what America would tropical.
True.
What is tropical?
Oh, you know what? I might
Uh,
I might go get a Baja Blast after this because that sounds dank.
this thing.
Yeah, but
But
we've
now,
been getting a lot of sushi, and then like the rolls that I've been getting a lot is the salmon the baked salmon roll.
ooh,
That always hits the spot. Baked salmon rolls are top tier.
You know what
no,
I want?
What?
Spot and we can't have
Oh,
what?
I
once
know,
quarantine
I
is
know,
over.
I know.
It's
I
there's
know. Don't say it.
it's four letters. Four
Don't say it.
letters.
No, don't say it. Don't say it. It's the cursed four letters because we can have them.
I know.
Although, we took a drive on Colima where it's at, and we smelled it. And this was like maybe like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago that we went, and we smelled it. So I don't know if it's open. I don't know if they're doing some sort of like takeout thing, but it definitely smelled like the cursed name.
Interesting.
You know what sucks about that? About the name that we shall not.
Yes, don't say it. Don't say it.
Um, we had a chance, and I'm mad at Yuli for this, and I will probably go to the
I
grave being
still
mad
don't.
about this.
I still don't
Okay,
understand.
wait, wait. Story time. Story time. Story
Okay.
time.
I will go to the grave mad at Yuli for this
Okay.
because we recorded literally like the weekend before the stay-at-home order.
Uh
Okay,
huh.
we recorded podcasts then.
Yes.
After we finished, I was like, "Yo, let's go to that place we don't speak of, right?"
Uh
And Yuli was like, maybe In and Out,
huh. Yeah.
right? He wanted In and Out, and because we talked about it for so long, it was too late to do either. So we ended up not doing anything.
Yeah.
A couple days later, the stay-at-home order, and now we do it for the foreseeable future, which some people say is July, some people say it's in winter, some people say it's in 2021. So
Bro,
now we're stuck with the tentacion of the accursed word. All because
XXX
Yuli,
Tentacion.
all because Yuli wanted In and Out instead.
Hey,
Rebuttal?
okay, is it my turn?
Yeah. Go
What?
for it.
All right. Listen, I have receipts of okay, this whole thing. I'm not denying it that we had this whole conversation and then went down and we didn't end up doing anything. But the day before we actually left to Vegas, you said, "Hey, it's because." Oh, let me backtrack a little bit. You were sick like that week or something, and then the day before we were supposed to leave, you're like, "Hey, I'm feeling a little better. Are you guys? Are you?" And then you said something like, "Hey, are you guys down to go to Korean barbecue
You're
tonight?"
you're not
That was
supposed
like a
to.
month before.
Okay.
No, no, no. I have receipts. It was like the day before,
No,
or
no, no,
you're.
no. But I
It
mean,
was.
from when that happened to the stay-at-home order was almost a month later.
Oh no, but I'm saying that we could have gone uh from another day from that day we wanted to go. There's like a whole nother week, and the day when we left to Vegas that we could have gone that day too, but we didn't end up going.
Yeah, because I was
So
sick.
no, but you're like you after you said you felt good that day, and then like, hey, I'm down to go to Korean barbecue. Um, say we were leaving Friday, like, hey, I'm down to go to Korean barbecue Thursday if anyone's down.
Yeah, because I didn't have anything that I needed for Vegas because I was sick the whole week. So I had to
Yeah.
get it all Thursday. And by the time I would have been done with getting all that stuff, I would have had time. But the stay-at-home order was when? It was like
Uh.
on a Thursday. It was
Uh
like I
huh.
think the 12th
Mhm.
of March. So we
Mhm.
would have recorded the 7th of March. That was the day I wanted to go. Yuli is saying that I canceled apparently on the 20th of February,
Let me pull up
almost
the
a
receipts.
month before. I wanted to go days before.
I no, I think what I'm talking about is weeks before. I'm pulling up the receipts, Jimmy.
Look, it's irrelevant because it was before Vegas and way before the stay-at-home order.
I know, but what I'm saying is we could
Even
have.
even even before the stay-at-home order could have even been a thing. Because when we went to Vegas, we never thought that the stay-at-home, any kind of quarantine would even happen.
Yeah, we had it just
We
happened out of
literally went
nowhere.
to Vegas.
No,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is the day that it was my fault that we didn't go, like days later, we could have gone again and no one went. So I think you should put the blame on everyone and not just me, because we could have gone like a whole other day after, and then no one just decided to go.
See, I see the point you're trying to make, but that's a weak ass point because you're trying to deflect of the blame that you wanted to go to In and Out instead of the name that we shall not speak, that you've already spoken.
Oh
You're
shit!
trying to you're trying to Hillary Clinton this thing, and it's just
Yes,
not going to work.
yes,
Yeah,
Benghazi
I'm
has
exactly.
asking.
See, your emails got leaked, and
Yeah.
and you're like, no, Russia.
See, look, the what was it? I didn't work. I used to not work Wednesdays. The
Mm-hmm.
stay-at-home order happened on a Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
The Tuesday, 2 days before the stay-at-home order, on a Tuesday night, I was like, I hit up the homie Eddie, and I was like, hey bro, what are you doing? And he's like, nothing. And I'm like, let's go out. Let's go like hit a bar or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think you
And
guys
he's
hit
like,
me up.
and he said, I'm down, let's go.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we went because the stay at home order happened 2 days later. See, now I don't feel like damn I missed out because he was down to go. If Yuli had been down to go to the name we shall not speak of, we wouldn't have had this XXX Tentacion right now.
The name we should not speak of that's already been spoken of.
Nah, people
Yeah,
forgot. No one paid attention.
the accursed one in the that I'm looking at said the word
Now look at now. Trust.
big
Control it.
trust Trump.
Trust
Yeah.
Trump.
Oh wait, aha. Okay. Your order, your liege,
Your order,
your
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 honor,
highness,
order?
your majesty. How do I? I've never been to court. I don't know how to do
your
this.
honor,
Your honor.
your
Can I?
order,
Can I? your
your order. Order number 15. Your order is ready.
your honor. Can I? Can the defendant defend himself?
Okay, what's your rebuttal?
All right. February 18th, 2020. I'm assuming. Yes. Uh, uh, actually, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. February 17th, 2020. Bad thing, Noe. This cold is starting to get to me. Skip gym today due up abundance of mucus. Good thing. Rather get sick now than at Vegas. And then Jack said galactic true. You better get good by then. I don't Vegas. Ooh. What if we had the Rona at Vegas? Ooh.
See, no,
Okay.
no. His theory is that he had the Rona because he said he that was the sickest he's ever been.
Remember that? And then when did the Rona like happen? Like January ish?
November.
Well,
Well,
the Rona
Oh.
ain't
it started in November in China.
Mm.
In China.
the Rona. The Rona can't do nothing to me because then if I did have the Rona, I got over it in like 2 days.
See, would that
Got it.
mean
I didn't need 14 days.
okay, you got very sick right before Vegas,
Yes.
right?
Okay, so look.
Mhm.
So then would that mean that we all got it if you had the Rona, then did we get immunity off of you because you
It's
were
possible.
Ooh,
contaminated?
your patient X.
I think it's patient zero, but
And
go
then
ahead.
you did work at a grocery store, so you could have been very exposed by one of the like customers.
Very true.
I would. The only reason I wouldn't buy it is because um, my manager got tested for corona
Hmm.
because her husband always and shit,
Mm-hmm.
and she came out negative. So
Mm.
if I had the Rona, my coworkers would have had the Rona.
All right. Okay. So now, February 17th, same day, later in the night, 8:46 p.m. All right, Theraflu, let's get this done. And then I respond, go drugs. Okay. Next day, February
This is
18th.
still a month before, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So then, no way. Number one, I'm doing worse today than yesterday. Had to come from work. Number two, hopefully today is a peak of the sickness, and I will only get better from here. Number three, would y'all be done for the name we shall not speak Thursday, assuming I'm good to go? And then I said, is the name we shall not speak a sacred Mexican remedy? And then you said, no, it's time to party. It's the party to celebrate. I was listening to our podcast and they mentioned it and it gave me the feeling. So this is a whole week after the week we um didn't go because of me.
But
But then
no, the
but
the
no one
week
responded.
the
No,
week we didn't go because of you was way like fast
way
forward
later.
till March, the
Mm.
7th of
Yeah,
March.
you're like a whole month, but like a whole month before all of this.
The
Yes,
the
you're
the
talking
timeline.
We're
about
we're
3
we're t-
weeks before the fact.
yes.
Uh, okay, I have the timeline wrong, Your Honor. I
The
am guilty.
stay-at-home order happened, I believe, March 12th.
What?
The date of the incident that we are speaking of, or at least me and Jack are speaking of, is March 7th. You're like a cool 3 weeks before that.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Unless another case, I'm gonna help you out. I probably canceled somewhere in July 2018. If you want to use that case, if you want to use that argument, you want to put the blame on me for that one, go ahead. I'll give it to you. If
Oof.
we're gonna be going back that far,
Does the defendant
but
have anything to say?
Um, at work I've been a lot. I've been suffocates me because all the carbon dioxide I don't get to leave out of my system, so I'm feeling a little woozy. Times are rough, so I think I just had the timeline wrong. I would like to formally apologize to the attacker. Or what would he be called if I'm the defendant?
Prosecutor.
the
The
plaintiff.
prosec- the plankton. Uh, I would like to formally apologize. Out.
Can you imagine
The
Yuli in
blight.
jury duty? Can you imagine him in jury duty? Holy
Bro,
shit.
bro,
Your
I got
order.
Your
Your order.
order.
I eject.
Eject.
The plankton can't do that.
uh,
I demand. I demand this case to be exited out.
bro, it's not
I
fair.
would like to bring a Whitney to to help me out.
I want to test the Whitney.
I want a testicle.
Have her approach.
The Whitney's
Mhm.
testicoli. Oh, good lord, dude.
Bro, it's not fair. When I finally got served, I got served to be in the jury. I waited like 30 minutes in the whole waiting room to make you wait, and then we never went in. Like I was literally done. So
30 minutes, bro. I was there for 2 days
yeah, I got
and I didn't
lucky.
get picked.
Bro,
Dang.
about that day. Wait, you were there for 2 days just waiting?
2 days. It
Dang.
happened. It happened last last year. We went that you guys went to Vegas.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Day
Oh
one
yeah.
was the day before you guys left, and day two was the day you guys
Mm.
And you couldn't call off of that, huh? Because you had already done it previously.
left. So I had to go,
See,
and
always attend your duties.
I didn't get to go. I didn't know that I wasn't selected until like 4 or 5 that afternoon on a Friday.
Mhm.
So I believe you guys were like long gone by
No,
Oh.
I think we were barely just leaving, cause
then.
that Friday I actually went to work.
Yeah.
This year I asked for it off, but last year um I was actually at work and we left pretty late. We left around like 5, 6 maybe.
Yeah, and me and Domo were there the latest because we left like around
It,
5 or 6.
Because there was that, and I had no money.
Oh, that's
I
right.
believe at that point I had like $30.
But dude, this year, if the Rona is done, we're gonna be balling at Vegas with those
Stimulus checks.
the stimuli check.
But you're a dependent.
I know, dude. My dad scammed us. Me and my brother and my sister like went off. Oh,
Did
like
they?
cause my dad's sister does like my whole family's taxes and stuff.
Hmm.
So we just give my dad like our forms and like work whatever stuff, and he sends it to
The
them.
W-2s.
But without telling us, is that he put us all under dependence.
Well, of course he wants those deductions.
But
Got
like,
scammed.
how was I supposed to know that we were gonna have, and then they were gonna offer us free money, and then I wouldn't be receiving the money because he.
I don't know a whole lot about like the taxes, but doesn't it affect him that he's a dependent because they take more from him
Yeah,
because he's not like technically paying rent or like owns a house?
but he's like in charge of like everyone in the house, so he does get more.
Oh
Because
no no
like
no,
in the
I'm saying you.
oh
Like they would take more taxes from you because you're a dependent because you're not paying rent or anything like that.
I from what I looked, from I remember, I didn't get like taxed that much, but I did get a fat refund.
Mm,
I have my TurboTax open,
mm,
but like from
Oh,
what I
I have
remember, I
my.
wasn't that like crazy taxed.
mm.
Oh, I got taxed heavily,
Yeah,
Did you?
but in like my paychecks, that's why I got a refund.
yeah. If
I
Oh,
wasn't
anything,
okay.
expecting
I
to.
get crazy taxed on my like work checks.
I
Target
didn't.
does not play around.
I went to do my tax, and the whole time I'm like, I'm gonna have to pay because this is the first year I don't have any like school stuff,
Yeah.
right? And she had told me the year prior, if this is your last school statement, you're probably gonna pay next. So I was already sweating it.
Oof.
I go in, she's inputting all the information, and she's all right. It's gonna be 600, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
and then she's like, do you want that deposited to the same? And I was like,
Ooh,
oh, I'm getting 600.
relief.
You do what you gotta do, man.
That relief.
You know. Oh yeah, dude. But I pooped for a second. There was like a turd that went like, and then it's like, oh no, you're receiving.
Oh, that's gross. That's gross.
Yui.
That's
You
gross.
got that nice visual.
Um, I didn't need that. Thank you. Now I
Just so
don't
you
know
can
what.
get an understanding.
Now I now I don't know what to do with that information.
Store it. Save it for a rainy day.
Wait, do you guys hear that? The popo.
You know.
The police. No,
No,
No.
speaking of the
I don't
popo,
hear him.
like what's up with our neighborhood?
It is.
I,
Well, you guys know that my neighborhood is not. It's a little on the sketchy side.
yeah,
Normally,
bro.
I
I feel
have
like
been noticing. I have been noticing that police and ambulances more often, but it
yeah.
also doesn't help that I have Kaiser Permanente like
Oh,
a
true.
couple blocks away. But it does feel like they're more active nowadays than they
Than
were
they've
just
like
a couple
ever
months ago.
really been. I feel them than ever, low key.
Hmm.
And
Because like when I
it,
first, oh, go ahead.
you think that it's already bad enough we have the Rona. So why are there still shootings?
Shoot
So
the
you're
Rona
telling
instead, bro.
so you're telling me I got to worry about the Rona and bullets too?
Well,
I thought the bullets would take a back seat.
from what I know, there's been a lot of car theft because there's a lot of cars just parked around now since no one's going
Mm,
out. So make sure you lock your cars because they've been trying to open people's shit.
I'll keep that in mind. But yeah,
You
like
think
when
that go.
okay, I was gonna say I only brought this up because like I remember we when we first moved to La Puente. because I used to live in Bell slash Maywood before, and then I moved here when I was like 5 or 6, and then we moved here because like, oh look at nice neighborhood, not too many like crazy like violence happening, and it's like heavily like Latino populated and stuff. So we're like, oh, this is like a perfect fit for us. And the house was cheap, so my dad like got it. And then like just growing up here, like going to school and stuff. Like I will always hear like, yeah, back when my parents lived here, it was crazy living here and all that. But like now it's kind of changed, and I felt like where we're progressing, like where we're living, because even if you remember, what's the street called? Belinda.
Hmm.
You guys remember those gates with the plants weren't there, so it was always tagged up.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then like the city finally is like, you know what, frick this taggers, and they put up the fences and stuff. So like the city was doing good at like getting rid of all this like graffiti and
Yeah.
violence and all that, and we were doing pretty good. We were steady incline of being awesome, and then I think just recently, I don't know what happened. We're just like,
It's like Call of Duty out here.
honestly, I hear like explosions every other night, and I'm assuming most of them are always fireworks, but like
Yeah, there's that one that echoes just a little louder.
no, the one I when I Instagrammed you guys, like, did you guys hear that? Because that one sounded like it was like bah, bah, bah,
It's probably just the
bah,
aliens.
bah, bah.
It's the government.
It was them aliens.
But yeah, no, I was funny enough. I was actually talking with a coworker today that lives in Pomona who said something similar that Pomona was getting a little bit better. And then like all of a sudden all these like crews and like little gangs are starting to come back in Pomona, and I'm just like, they went away. I feel like Pomona's always been known for like gangs and whatnot. But he said
No.
that
I
no, like it's actually getting worse, and I'm like, oh shit.
I had always heard just to stay away from Holt dark,
Mm.
Mm.
which Holt is Valley.
Mhm.
The
It's
whole
this
street.
the same. It's the same street. It's just at certain point it changes to Holt, but it's like the same street.
When you pass the 60, no? Like if
I
you
don't
keep
remember
going,
exactly where, but
oh no,
all I
wait,
know is
going that way.
Valley doesn't matter where you are. Valley is ghetto.
Mhm.
No matter
That
where
whole
you
that
are.
whole street, like where the 605 is, that whole like street is just it's like car shop, strip
Strip
club,
club, strip
taco
club,
place, strip
strip
club, circle,
club.
circle, circle, strip club, and then that
Yeah,
random adult like bookstore or whatever.
and then the
So
Southside
Gavilan
bookstore.
like I Gavilan, and then well, that's new. That's like that was barely
where
made.
the
Like
car dealership was at, where they
yeah,
had where they had some Need for Speed looking vehicles.
yes, dude, I thought I was the only one.
They
Uh,
had a Hummer, dude. Let's get
like
a Hummer.
and they had
Gas
like at
prices are
some
cheap.
point they had some like pimped out like lime green like Charger with like red like tribal patterns on the side. I was just like, bro, like, okay.
Yeah,
I want to get spinners from.
stop it.
Hey, bro, I want to bring spinners back.
I don't think they've ever left every like
I
car.
I I I want to be constantly moving, even when I'm parked.
um, I think I
The
think it's how you choose to look at it. I think if you were more of an optimistic person, you could say that those people are actually intellectuals because they are proving Einstein right with his law of motions.
Hmm.
And once an object is in motion, it always stays in motion. So I would say those gentlemen that rock the spinners are actual intellectuals. They are
Mm.
rocking that 200 IQ decision.
Mm.
can't stop, won't stop.
There you
That's why they
go.
pull up their socks, because what comes up? Oh no, I guess it'll come down. Never mind.
I can see what kind of physics you took.
Bro, I
You
was,
took
I was, I didn't
you
take physics.
Yuli Yuli is a conceptual physics kind of guy.
Yes, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
quantum
The
took.
not
physics.
physics,
I didn't even take that. I
not
took bio.
physics.
I took bio.
Ah,
Yeah, so
mm.
all that science stuff, I don't know.
See, I couldn't decide what to take if I wanted to do bio or physics because they both like interest me. I ended up taking physics. but just both of the sciences are like very attractive to me because one studies like um well, I guess it's like quantum physics, but like one studies like the smallest of particles, and so does the other, but in a much different realm.
We
One
study
studies
like
how they work and why they work, and the
mhm,
other one, I guess, studies like the effects of
and the structures and stuff.
yeah.
Dude, we gotta dissect the cat and pig. That's what.
Oh, that's right. You guys had the big old cat, right?
They're huge. You don't think like
What kind of cat was it? Was it a house cat?
yeah, just like a
Was
regular
it a
house
tiger?
cat. Carol Baskin,
Provi-
Oh,
Provided by Carol Baskins?
dude.
Oh no,
Uh,
Joe
Miss,
Exotic.
Joe
Miss, Miss,
Exotic,
what was
Joe
her
Exotic
name?
kills him.
What was her name? The bio teacher,
Miss Wicker.
Miss Wicker. She's actually Carol freaking Baskins with the cats.
She's got the hair.
True, she did have
She's
Carol
hair.
more skinny now, so
Baskins.
she's probably the same like shape as her. Carol Baskin. No, but dude, those cats like if you like, cause the way they bring you, they're like in the giant like tube, and it's like in the movies, like she opens the tube and you hear
And then is it like the dry ice?
yes,
What the hell?
but just the smell.
It's a bunch of like the dry ice smoke, and
Yeah,
then
pretty
it's
much.
like it's like magician music, like the lights
And
go
then
down.
he just comes out like this. 'Cause they
The
the way
cat, the
The,
cat's
the,
like,
you know that
it starts the Mind Freak theme song starts playing.
you know that SpongeBob meme, like when you listen to like I don't know whatever, and he's like floating like that. Like I have ascended, and he's just like floating. That's how the cat is like when they take him out the bag, because he's in like a vacuum sealed bag. So like imagine a cat just laying all flat, but it's just all suction like, and he's just there like this. But you don't realize how like big they are, because my cat he's always like in the ball, he's always cuddling. But then when you stretch these fuckers out, bro, they're like
so the um, did all of you guys dissect the pigs?
yep.
Yes, we did in bio in like
Right,
freshman year.
right, freshman year. Okay, now, did you guys were the people taking notes, the people gagging, the people like walking out the room, or the people doing the cutting? I did the
Fucking, I
Can,
cutting.
was shanking.
I
can you
did
I
the
repeat
was
that
cutting.
again?
shanking, bro.
Okay, so were you the person taking notes? Because
Mm,
you know you had to do like that whole log.
mm,
The person gagging, the person
mm.
that was walking out the room, or the
Mm.
person that was actually doing the cutting. Because I think it
I
was
was
groups of four.
yeah, I was doing the cutting because I got stuck with my
Ooh,
two
we're
homegirls.
all cutters here.
I'm
I,
a
I
cutter.
did the cutting too
Yeah.
because I got
Yes,
stuck in a
yes.
group with all females and they were all super grossed out. So
Yeah, I got
not only was I taking the notes, I was also doing the cutting, and they were too busy
Mm.
doing the gagging and the walking out the room.
yeah. We had a walker, we had a gagger, but then I was in the group with Sarone, Alondra,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
know how she's all about it. So she was helping me do the cutting too. So
She's one of the
I was lucky.
boys.
She's no, she's literally she's probably more manlier than than me. Shout out to Alondra.
Probably.
But no, like I was usually doing the cutting, but what I was fucking up is I want to get into it. So I was like, oh, this is like a nice piece of like masala or something. So I was like cutting it like I was cutting like a fine steak, and then like I cut into the liver too much. I'm like, oh shit, we're supposed to take notes of the structure of the liver, and I just cut it. So I was like, oh shit, dude. So I will have to like try to put it back together. Like, does this look like the liver?
Oh no, I took my time. I remember I was very intrigued. It was like a culture shock because I had never been a part of that ever before. I had never thought I would be cutting an animal.
Mm.
Um,
Oh, you
well,
never like
for science
kill.
anyway. Well, for
Okay.
science anyway, cause I've partaken in the ceremonial killing of animals for foods.
For
Um,
sustenance.
for sustenance, yes, but not
Mhm.
for science.
Mm.
Because I kind of felt weird that like we have these like little baby pigs and like they're gonna go to waste after, so it felt weird. I
Yeah.
guess waste, but not really, because you're learning for science. But
From what we were told, from I remember, like the runts of the litter that like. didn't make it, so they died like
Yeah.
kind of like usually in the first like months of their lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then they pack them up and they send them to science.
Yeah.
But
Um.
dude, the one thing I will never forget is the smell, dude. Something about that cat smell, like. And then I remember I was at school when I was going to LSEM.
Yeah.
One day I just like I started smelling that smell, that smelly smell, that smells smelly, and I was like, "Is there a
Pro-
dead cat here?"
Probably a dead cat in an alley, maybe.
And I was like, "What? Why does it smell like this?" No, but what the smell is actually is what keeps the like the dead bodies fresh. Whatever that like
Mm.
chemical
Ah,
thing
the
is,
juice.
the juice is what makes that
The
smell.
Jew, the Jew.
The ajou, and then that's where we the dip.
The ajou.
Ayo.
But that's like one smell I will never like get over. And the only smell that would like equal it will be the sperm trees from school.
Oh yeah.
You guys know what we're talking about. Drink up.
Yep.
Fuck those trees, dude.
I don't have a drink. I
Me neither.
agree.
I finished mine already, but yeah.
Nah,
At
but yeah.
UC Irvine, there was a in between buildings.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a whole stretch of just kind of like where you would walk, and the whole thing was just lined with those trees.
Ugh.
It was come alley. I believe that's what they called it. And
Oh God.
especially in the springtime, all jizz. It just smells like jizz that whole way.
I hate that,
So,
dude.
oh, okay. So like us as teenagers, we're like he like jizz trees. But like the adults that actually get those trees, like what's the thought process? Do they know? Is it like like a smell that you just get used to and you don't think about it anymore? Or is it actually like an aphrodisiac for them?
It's like this smells like mission accomplished.
Let's get back at these dirty teenagers.
They're like, ah, job well done.
Ew.
It's a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah. No,
That's
but the thing with
gross.
those is that they were never. They won't always smell like that. But it was like when it was peak season for those flowers,
Yeah,
It
when
when
was
they
they
like
bloom.
spring,
and
essentially.
yeah,
Yeah.
and when they bloomed, ooh. I mean,
But
but they
even
look
then,
pretty. Whatever
did
those
they?
flowers are, yeah, I think they look nice. Like I can see why
Did,
they will put them in the school for like the visual thing because they're those white flowers and they look pretty when they're bloom. It's just whoop the smell.
they're more of a picture kind of tree, not a
Mm-hmm.
real physical.
True.
You don't want to smell them. You can look at them.
But I
You don't
heard
smell them.
they cut off those trees now, and like wherever that seating area is now it's like they have a what's it called like a balcony.
It's like a gluten-free basketball
Wait,
hoop.
a balcony?
Yeah, or like a shade thing, like a big metal
A
shade. Is
canopy?
that what it is? A canopy,
Alona.
a lona,
Yeah.
uh, a shade, device. Is Noah frozen or is he just making a face?
I don't know. That's what I was looking at too.
I thought we just all like were making a face.
Yeah, I think we lost Noah.
R.I.P. the homie too soon. All right, now that he's gone. All right, Noah, you. No, I'm just kidding. Pour one for the homie.
Yeah, our boy seems to be disconnected. Yeah,
How long have
well,
we?
I
How
guess
long?
with that, we've been at it for an hour. I think we can call it here.
I'm down.
Um, this is the pilot of a quarantine edition of the podcast. May or may not make
14.
it, depending on if we like the quality of it or not. But I think we might put it out regardless, just to get some feedback from you guys to see if you guys liked it. So
Mm-hmm.
if you made it this far into the video, let us know if you like the audio, if the quality of our webcams looks fine. Right now, he doesn't look all that good.
Yeah.
Um, but if you liked it, let us know. Give us a like, uh,
Yeah.
comment if you didn't like it. We'll probably post some of this on social media.
Five
Subs-
likes and Noah will resurrect from the dead.
True. Five likes to bring him back from the dead. Don't forget to subscribe and thank you for tuning in. Peace.